Many people have wondered why I took a month from my pressing duties to go on a preaching mission to Haiti. Some have said, "You've got plenty to do right here at home. We have heathen almost at our doorstep. No need to run off to Haiti to find people in need. And besides, those people are better off in their natural state. Why worry and confuse them with new ideas? Why not leave them alone? Why not leave them alone?" That question deserves an answer. There may be an element of truth in the suggestion that the people of Haiti do not need our many inventions. There's no need of crowded, noisy cities with their skyscrapers and their roaring cars, buses, streetcars, elevateds, and subways. In this respect, perhaps they are happier with their easygoing methods. But modes of transportation and mechanical conveniences do not constitute all of living in Haiti. Because they have been left alone, these people suffer unspeakable agony from diseases for which they have no cure. These diseases range from vitamin deficiencies to malignant infections. Definitely a result of heathen customs is this painful growth on the girl's ear. The ear had been bored for earrings. Because of their lack of sanitation, their immoral practices, their superstitions, many newborn babies are afflicted with diseases, some dying soon after birth. This woman, being carried, gave birth to a syphilitic monster soon after these pictures were taken. Mental cases are prevalent. This girl's brother became almost frantic trying to find help for her. Thanks to the fact that we are not leaving these people alone, some are getting help in time. From a humanitarian standpoint alone, anyone with an ounce of compassion would instantly and emphatically say, "To the rescue. Let's take them the good news of medicine. They suffer so much already, so needlessly, because they have been left alone." But even more important, they need outside help for still another reason. One phase of their spiritual degradation is the vice of gambling, especially at the expense of the suffering of animals and fowl. The cockfight, in which one rooster is allowed to mutilate and destroy the other, with bets placed on both. In Haiti, as in America, this sort of thing needs to be curbed for the good of everyone concerned. With twisted and warped religious beliefs and customs, these people are filled with fear of the devil. So they have rituals, dances, and ceremonies for appeasing him. But there is no peace of mind where fear rules. Persecution and torment of the mind can be tenfold worse than physical suffering. Roadside altars are much in evidence. Here, offerings are made with the hope that evil spirits will be kept away. Bringing assurance and light to such people is certainly not interference. It's a much-needed rescue operation. While I was in Haiti, I met a young man whose life story illustrated what I'm trying to say. His name was Octavian. The missionary doctor told me Octavian's son was afflicted with a peculiar type of epilepsy. He would be liable to run right into a tree, fall into a ditch, run into a fire, or water. They presumed in their ignorant superstition that he was possessed with the devil, and took him to the witch doctor for a supposed cure. And this illustrates their hopelessness. Of course, there was no cure there. The doctor told Octavian to go home, get some ashes together, and then he'd come to see if he could get a message from Satan. After starting to follow this suggestion, Octavian decided to abandon the plan as useless. Shortly thereafter, the boy was seized by another attack and ran off into the woods. Octavian, with broken heart and in desperation, then and there decided to try to get help from the native preacher and dispatched a friend to see if he would come. But in the meantime, the boy had another fit, and Octavian could wait no longer. So he took the boy on his shoulder and went to meet the preacher and received some encouragement from Friar Daniel. However, as you can see, his wife isn't very happy that he's been to the native preacher. Following the preacher's suggestion and taking another step of faith, Octavian took his son to a church service at the town of Nazareth. This is what the people had been praying for, and for the first time, Octavian found spiritual peace in his own heart and mind. But the boy was still seized by the epileptic fits, so the people of the church came to pray. This time, the boy's mother accepted Christ. Anxious now to please their Savior above all else, the couple discussed formal marriage, since they had been living together without having been officially married. In Haiti, more than 60% of the people living together thus are unmarried. So they settled the problem in the only logical way. Had a wedding. Not fancy, not all the trimmings, but a sacred wedding ceremony. I'm sure you can see that the influence of missionaries is not what some have called interference or an imposition of a civilization or even an encumbrance of ideas, but rather an answer to a problem that already existed, a guide to a people that are already seeking, but groping in the dark. With his newfound hope and guidance came new experiences, and Octavian, like every human being, wanted to learn. He was eager to feed his awakened soul, so he attended school operated by the missionaries. Any ill effect in this regard would be the fault of what is learned rather than in learning itself. And this is the point few critics recognize. Some traders and travelers have been guilty of making matters worse for the natives because of what they brought and what they taught. But that only emphasizes the need for right teaching. Octavian not only had a hungry soul, but a hungry mind. He longed for expression, which was provided by the varied school activities. It seems people of all lands love music, and the people of Haiti are not exceptions. They sing beautifully and thoroughly enjoy it. Armed with his newfound knowledge and fortified with his growing faith and joy, Octavian thrilled with the challenge of service. Opportunity came in a different way than he expected. Coming along the path on his way to Bible school, he came to what was known as a devil rock, where natives were offering sacrifices to the devil. Here was his opportunity to preach the truth, that there was no power, no enchantment in the rock that held them in their superstition and fear. The farmer who owned the land on which the rock stood agreed, and with the impetuosity of Peter, fired his shotgun at the rock to prove his point. But the glancing shot wounded Octavian, 40 buckshot going into his arm and shoulder, and the formal preaching was over for the day. But the ensuing days were filled with Octavian's testimony, which deeply impressed the people. Word was sent immediately to the mission dispensary, and help was on its way. After being treated at the mission station by trained medical personnel, Octavian was able to continue his studies and his preaching. And with medical attention, prayer, and understanding, his son was much improved. At the time of my departure from Haiti, he had not had one of his spells for 4 months. Octavian has been able to establish a church work, and they're building a new church at the site of an old French castle. Here is just one example proving the faithfulness of missionary endeavor in Haiti. They're now a very happy family. Octavian and his family could have been left alone, left in their natural state, as some have expressed it. But what is their natural state? It's physical misery, mental anguish and depression, and spiritual dissatisfaction. There's no such thing as blissful ignorance. That phrase has become the flimsy excuse for those who do not wish to face their responsibility. We cannot remain Christian and leave the people of Haiti alone.